like Axl, you can't sustain, like when Shinedown first came out, I made a comment to Mike like, this dude's not going to last. But he learned how to sing with his throat and his diaphragm and the full voice, and he's sustained the
Right.
test of time. Axl didn't do that. David Lee Roth doesn't do that.
Right.
Brian Johnson doesn't do that. Cobain would not be able to sing like he sung in the debut album today if he was still around.
No.
You
Yeah,
just
for sure.
you can't sustain that rasp, because I had part of that was part of my structure of a singer. I had that raspy, that fucking gutter roll.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that shit now, man. I'll try to hold that shit. I'll start coughing, because you can't sustain it for 30 years and still sound the same. When Steven Tyler did the thing with Youngblood and stuff, that medley, Mike and I are watching that together at the same time, and it's like waiting for him to hit that note, waiting, and then he hit it. It's like, sweet, but that's because he probably hasn't sang in like 6 months.
Right.
Right. They canceled the Aerosmith tour because of his voice. So
Because
exactly.
You're proving your own point, because he couldn't do that night after night after night after night anymore. He can do it one time in maybe a month, or one time every 2 months.
Yeah. And their entire catalog is him going up that ladder, man. You just,
The guys that were able to push their voices to these just ungodly levels are the ones that suffered later. And us as fans were like, well, how come you can't just sing the way you used to? Well, because
you're not 25 years old anymore.
Like I hadn't realized it, but Chris Cornell, who I think is one of the best singers ever of any genre, I'd gone back and watched some video of the last tour they did.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, maybe it actually wasn't as good as I thought it was when I was actually in the crowd.
Right.
But
and
one thing I'll say in his defense is his ex was saying that she was 100% confident that they were way over prescribing like his benzodiazepine shit that he was taking. And so he might have been so out of his fucking mind that he didn't know how to sing the way that he used to anymore too, because I went down that road for a while. I never abused them, but I used them to get my life back on track for a while. And the one thing that I'll say about those is they make you kind of feel nothing for a while. You just don't want to do anything. You're not sad anymore, but you're not wanting to really be productive and creative either. So about the time you saw him, he might have been going through a period where he was just numb. And the fact that he either took too many accidentally or did it on purpose proves that he was in a place in his head where he just wasn't happy,
Right.
Well, he's the same example with him too. Right? What he did when they first came out, and you got to remember too, the Seattle sound that was around what 10 years
I heard
before they actually started
Soundgarden
breaking.
This is going to be fascinating to people. I actually heard Soundgarden. I basically live in the middle of a cornfield here. There's 12,000 people in my town. In 1987.
Yeah,
my buddy Mike Wagner had a cassette, and we popped it in his stereo in his bedroom, and he cranked it up, and Loud Love came on, and I was like, holy fuck, these guys are gonna change the world, man. That riff just captured me right away.
That took how long? When did they hit 90? Was it early 90s?
Basically didn't get popular until 93,
92.
maybe.
So there you go. There you go.
Okay.
So there you go. There's 10 years, right? There's not 5 years. 5 years, but
Half
that's what I'm saying. So, so all the singing you did as a young, I don't know, young person, let's call it, right?
Yeah.
And then he died how old? When he was 50? 45, 50?
Somewhere around there, mid 40s maybe.
So,
actually he was in his 50s.
50s.
So okay, so figure 35 plus years of singing, and he was a lot of throat singer. He still had the other elements to it, but a lot of the power, like Axl, 7 octave range, fantastic, but he can't do it anymore. And then you see those things on Facebook, Instagram, before auto-tune, all he's doing is screaming. That's all he's doing is screaming, man. You don't need to auto-tune to scream. Like, shut up. Find a fucking song where you're singing, okay, before auto-tune. Like Patience, that showed the dynamic of his voice.
Oh, God, I love that song.
But they do the Welcome to the Jungle scream. Like, really? Who's going to auto-tune a scream anyway? You idiots.
And now watching him do that is...
It's painful.
It's very painful.
It's painful.
But at the time, he